can fly. I'm on the road at the spaceport. I choose to go high, choose to go.
I hit that one, no fuss. I hit that one, then cut. Aye, skirt, I'm in a rush. Aye, it's us.
Alone with my thoughts. Can't feel this void between us.
This is a masterpiece. Artists like work and work and work, and they put in the effort, and it's just like nothing is happening and nothing is working. And I'm guilty of that too. Is like, when is it gonna happen? When is something gonna happen? I keep putting in the work, nothing's happening. Just gotta put in the work and continue to put in the work, because you're just marinating. So congratulations on your podcast, first of all.
Thank you.
I really think it's a great thing. That's why I hit you up, and I was like, "Yo, would you be interested in a guest?" And
I was so excited. Like, of course, you my first out of the country guest.
Really? Oh, I feel honored.
Yep. First one out of the country and first female artist.
That's a plus. Awesome.
Yep.
Excited to be
Super
here.
So I was, man. Thank you for being here. I was looking forward to this conversation since we set it up. I've been looking forward to it.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know Lonestsarr, or have you worked with him?
I haven't yet worked with him, unfortunately. I've been following him for like a very long time. I don't even know how long it's been, probably like 7 years, maybe even longer than that. I've just been seeing how he's been like working all the time. And then I seen he got a placement on Eminem's album. I can see on social media, like I never met him in real life, but I can see on social media, he's like grinding, he's like making beats and he's doing his thing. And it's just like, so it's amazing to see other artists just getting kind of paid off, for their hard work, like just working and loving what they're doing. And then getting a placement like this is really an accomplishment, I think.
It is. Man, he's a good dude. He deserves it. He
Absolutely.
works hard. He's just a good spirited person.
I love to see artists that I follow achieve things. Because at the end of the day, we all want to live off of the music. It's something
That's
that we love to do, right? It's something we love to do. And getting paid to do what we love is amazing, but we know it's also hard at the same time.
Very hard, and it seems like it's getting harder and harder, like by the day, with all this stuff going on with the streaming DSPs and all the AI stuff. It's just all type of hurdles.
So, what do you think about like the AI and like the music industry?
So I've been on an AI deep dive rabbit hole for a couple months now, and it's scary. It's scary. This AI stuff has the potential to be detrimental to especially artists like us, like more independent and not so much of a huge following yet. We're gonna have some problems. Then again, it can be a great tool for us too, because it's a lot of the AI we can use. I use a lot of it with my production. So I know where artists can help with writing and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 still right now.
Yeah, I get that.
How about you? How you feel about it?
I'm actually really positive. I have a really positive feeling about AI. Of course, it has dangers. Also, when it just comes outside of the music business, just in general, AI. But I don't think AI can be smarter than humans, because I feel like AI can only be as smart as we humans are, because everything we teach AI is coming from us. So I don't think that it can potentially be like a very big danger.
Mhm.
So as an artist though, with AI, on one hand, I'm like, I love AI because
Mhm.
it's just really, it really helps me too using ChatGPT,
Yep.
writing,
It's a great tool. It's a great
right.
tool.
Just
Yeah.
like finishing lyrics. Like I,
Mhm.
I don't really like, take, like, let's say I type in like, write me I don't know, Drake type song, using those and those things. And
Mhm.
then I'll take this whole thing. Like I never do that because
Right.
it's
Right.
just not,
That's lazy.
I mean, it's lazy, but it also doesn't feel right because it's just
Mhm.
not, yeah, it's just not how I flow to it, you know? So
Okay.
what I like to do is just get the idea. So either I get the idea from ChatGPT, or
Mhm.
I let ChatGPT finish my idea, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
So this is how I usually do it with ChatGPT, and it's a huge help. I must say, especially when it comes to um, inspiration blocks,
Mhm. Mhm.
creative blocks. It
Right.
is, I feel like, an immense help because sometimes I want to write a song, but I'm not inspired. And then I just like type in some stuff on ChatGPT, and then I listen
They
to a
get them
beat.
juices going.
Yes. And then suddenly
Yep.
like I flow to it and I was like, oh yeah, I could use that line. Oh, what rhymes to this? I could write another line to it. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
boom, you're back in the flow. So I think it can
Yep.
help
Yep.
with like creative blocks a lot.
Mhm.
And on the other hand, I think they still have to figure out the rights and laws when it comes to doing music and
Mhm.
imitating, just like Drake
Absolutely.
did today.
Yeah,
I don't know
did
if
you
you
see
heard
that?
it.
Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
The Tupac and
It's
Snoop Dogg.
scary good. It's scary good.
And it's
Like, man, this is getting too good.
right. And the crazy part is you can hear Drake's, like you can hear his flow in it,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it's just Snoop Dogg's voice or Tupac's voice.
It's
I'm like, huh?
That's
What?
crazy. It's crazy. And that's going to be a thing too that I'm kind of worried about. It's getting so good and so hard to detect it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
are people just going to be putting out songs and albums of these artists, and everybody fall in love with it, like, yo, that's not mine. I didn't do that. And then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
is it like people getting paid off that, or like, I don't know how you like you said, they got to figure out the laws and copyrights and stuff like this.
Right. And from what I've heard now, it's not 100%. Like I don't take any responsibility for what I'm about to say. This is just what I've heard.
I feel you. We don't know. We just spitballing right now. We just everything
Right.
is ideas. It's not
So
factual.
from what I've heard, when you create a song solely by ChatGPT, by AI, if you
Hmm.
create a song only made by AI, the beat, the lyrics, the voice, the whole thing is yours. Like it's your copyright.
Really?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. So we're gonna have
Okay.
to Google and check it out. But I know a DJ.
We got to fact check.
Yeah, we do have to fact check that though, because just the other day I had a DJ hit me up, and he actually he writes songs too, and
Hmm.
he does it all with AI and ChatGPT and stuff. And he made like 3 songs, and he asked if I can like sing it, you know? So he had like a singer made by AI,
Hmm.
that was created like,
Like a reference track.
yeah, like a demo. It was like a whole
Okay.
demo
Uh-huh.
made by AI, and he just asked me if I could like do the real voice and like, the real vocals. So, but I asked him, the other songs were like German lyrics, and I don't really do German songs.
Okay.
It's really weird. Like I know German is my native language, but it doesn't come natural to me. Like I feel, especially when it comes to music, English is
I was
just
gonna
like,
ask you that. Like, do you do any songs in like just 100% German?
yeah, no, I don't do that.
Okay.
It's really weird because I mean, obviously, I was raised in Germany. I'm basically a German,
hmm
but I just don't. It doesn't feel natural to me making
Okay.
music with the German language. I tried it
Okay.
plenty of times.
It
It did
just
not
didn't
feel
flow right.
good. No, no. But yeah, I'm hoping that one day I will be able to every now and again do that, and it may sound good to my ears one day.
hmm
But for now, it's still a no for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I told him those two songs I didn't want to do them because they're German lyrics and stuff. And I told him, so how is it like? Maybe you can just release them like they are because they're really cool. Like they're, I think people would like it, like summer type pop music.
hmm Did it sound like an actual like human?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
The only thing you
Wow.
can't hear is like the breaths, like
hmm
when
Mm.
when you sing and stuff or rap, the
Right.
breaths.
Right. Right.
So
That's what
that's
gives it away.
right, right. But other than that, it's incredibly real. It's really
That's
like,
so scary.
I know, right? It's crazy. And so he looked it up, and because I told him like maybe check out the copyright situation and stuff,
hmm
and the ownings, and maybe you can release it. And then he did, and then he released it. So I
Hey,
guess, yeah,
right now, I'll say if you can get away with it, do it now before all the laws and stuff come because it's coming. It's getting
yeah,
too popular.
yeah. I think so too. I think they will definitely have some laws in the future especially for the music industry, um, to really restrict a lot of um, voices. I don't know how they would do it because it's really unimaginable to say somebody's
Right,
voice is copyrighted or
right,
like,
right.
you know what I mean?
That's what I was just about to say. Like, how do you copyright somebody's voice?
That
You can copyright somebody's likeness, but voice. How do you do that?
And I think this is when we will get to the next level of
hmm
music and the music industry.
hmm
I think they will figure it out
I think
soon.
that's the next phase of music. Actually, it's gonna be mostly AI. Well, commercial music. I say commercial music. I can see being mostly AI.
Yeah, I really like AI. But I think let's just say like this. My opinion is if you use it for good,
Mm.
then it's an amazing tool. If
Yes,
you use it for
absolutely.
bad, it can be a destructive tool.
Yep.
And
And you
so,
know, it's gonna be people out here that's gonna abuse it.
right, that's always a risk, and um, we just really need some laws and restrictions when it comes to that. But I think they will come. I think they will come.
Yeah, they'll come sooner than later. It's gonna be sooner than what we think because it's man, it's ramping up so fast. It's advancing so fast. Just last year, or 2022, we just started hearing AI what they can do to music, and it was real cheesy. Like, yeah, we ain't worry about that. But
Yeah.
just now, just like 2024, it's making whole songs, and people can't even don't even realize if it's a human or not.
Right. It's I think when it comes to drop in music, um AI will continue to like be a thing to like imitate somebody's vocals or
hmm
drop a whole song with like Drake type style and Drake's voice,
hmm
but not actually being from Drake. But
Right.
one thing that I don't think at least, one thing that AI will not be able to take away from us humans is
hmm
the life experience. So when your favorite artist goes on
I mean, my
tour
wife was
or
just talking about that. We were just talking about that.
right.
I don't know how it's not going to be able to compete in a live. Well, until they start doing the what's that? What was that? you remember what they did at Pac, and it was like a what you call it? It's like a virtual form of him.
I know, the hologram.
Yeah, hologram. There you go.
Hologram.
Hologram. Yep. It might be something like that. I don't know.
Right, but it's still not going to be the same. It's still like it's the connection, the human connection is not present, even if it's a hologram.
Nope.
Like even like us, for example, right now we're on the computer, like we're on a webcam. It's a great experience, but it's a whole different experience if we actually see each other face to face.
Right, sitting. Yep.
It's a whole different vibration
Totally
and
different
connection with people and humans when they are present, you know? So I think that is something that AI cannot take away.
I think that's going to change with generations. Like for us, we came up in an era where human connection was a thing. That's all we had really. But now these kids coming up, everything is on the screen, so they might not even care about a human interaction. You know?
Oh yeah. So I see.
Yeah, like it's going to through generations. I think it's going to change. They don't care.
Yeah, you are definitely right about that. Because the generation is definitely changing. I don't know how old you are.
37. Had to think about that. That's Ted.
I have to think about my age too, so it's a thing. So even in my generation, so we're like almost 10 years apart. Hold on, yeah, 10 years apart. And it's like even with my generation, I still see a lot of people. Yeah, we are very also used to devices and digital stuff, but human connection is still very important. And I feel like if we keep,
that's good to hear.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And it's if we keep giving that and showing that, you know, to just like we show by doing it. So if we do it and we, let's say, upload like podcasts in face to face, for example, like Joe Rogan, I think, has guests on his podcast, or Andrew Huberman, like live guests. If we encourage that connection, then I think even the generations after us, I think even then they will like really still be able to connect and want to connect, even just have the wanting, appreciate it. Yeah. So we just have to.
I hope so.
Never stop it.
I hope so. Right.
Human connection is important to us, man. I don't think, you know, there's this one study. I can't really say, I don't know which study it is. I can't. I don't have a memory like this. Like, let's be real.
Me neither. I just be grabbing stuff. Like, I don't know where I heard this from. I heard it somewhere.
Right.
I do that all the time.
So there's this study. Which people when they're older are the happiest, and the ones that were the happiest in their older life, they are the ones that had really connected and qualitative friendships. So connected and real human connection, you know, quality time with humans. And if you have the right humans around you, if you have the right people around you, if you have encouraging, supporting friends, if you connect with them on a regular basis, and if it's on a genuine level, that can even make your life longer. Like, I think it's either the happiest people when they're older, or like people live longer when they have those connections. I'm not quite sure yet, but it's one of those two.
That makes sense. Just having people that that you interact with on a regular basis, that you actually care for and they care for you.
Yeah.
I can see that you making for a better life.
Yes.
And then everything is so on the screen all the time, and no type of just a hug can make a huge difference. You know what I'm saying?
And it's even neurologically, like it makes such a big difference in our brains. I'm not a neurologist, but I listen to I listen to a lot of podcasts about
Yep,
like
same.
neuroscience and stuff.
Yep.
It's so interesting, and it just makes a
Andrew
huge Andrew
Huberman.
Huberman.
That's my guy.
That's
That's my, I love Andrew Huberman.
me too, me too. I love his podcast. Sometimes he talks like for 2 or 3 hours. And
Yeah,
he's by himself, but it's so interesting. I don't know.
it's so interesting. A lot of people find it like boring, but I'll be locked in.
Same.
You'll learn so much.
It's
I'm like,
exactly.
wow, like why couldn't I have this type of interest when I was in school? I did not care about none of this type of stuff when I was in school, but now
Same.
I can listen to that stuff for hours.
I totally relate to that. And even like I feel like the brain changes at some point because like at least with me, mathematics, some things in school I never like got. Like I never understood like mathematical
A real full understanding of it,
Yeah, and
in
now
depth
if you give me
understanding.
something that if somebody explains it to me, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yep,
So
it
it's like my
clicks.
brain developed. What happened?
Right.
What happened? When did this happen?
All right. Like now everything just makes so much more sense. I can see it clearly now.
Yeah, neurologically, it makes a big difference too when we hug somebody, when we have that connection with humans. It's
Yep. We need that. I think for just as humans, period. Like I think we need that in action. And now it's like everything is. Have you heard about like the Neuralink stuff they're doing? They trying to put it into people like.
yeah, from Elon Musk, I believe,
Yeah,
the chip
yeah.
or something.
Yep, it's the chip. And then I think I don't know if this for sure. Don't quote me on this, but I think Google or Microsoft, one of them, they have one too that's like a little bit further along than Elon's. So
Okay.
that's going to happen. It's happening. So it's going to be people that's part computer and part human.
That's wild. I can't. Honestly, I can't comprehend. I can't. I really can't. So that's why I can't really form an opinion on that now because I just can't. It just
We're
seems-
literally living in in a sci-fi movie.
yeah,
It feels like
yeah. That's really how it feels.
like, everything is coming just like that with the virtual goggles, the VR stuff. It's like
I feel like the rapid changes started happening, and that's just coming from my 1995 perspective. Okay. I was born in 1995. So it's like, from my perspective, I feel like things started really rapidly changing in the 2000s. Like, because I remember
yep, you right.
my first phone, it was like a fucking Siemens phone. Like I don't know if you know the company Siemens.
Oh,
Nokia.
Simon Siemens.
Simon,
I
yeah,
know exactly what you're
Siemens.
talking about. Yeah,
In
I
Germany,
know
we say
exactly what you're
Siemens,
talking
yeah.
about. Okay.
So Nokia or Siemens phones, and then it's just like with the buttons still.
Yep.
And I was
The
playing
flip.
Snake on
Yeah,
them.
you had the
With
flip.
the flip phones. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep,
then
that was my first one.
and then well, at first I didn't have the flip phone. It was just like a regular block. It was just a regular
Yeah,
block
just the
phone.
one block with the screen. It was
Yes.
the little blue or green screen. Yep.
That was a
All you
very
could do is call and
Right.
text. That's all you could do.
and play Snake. I played Snake
And
with
play
it.
Snake and Tetris.
Right. So that was my first phone, and then my second one was Motorola, like a flip phone. It still had a little
Okay.
antenna on it, like a
Yep.
very
You could pull up with the chirp. Did you have the chirp?
I think. So I'm not quite sure.
The walkie-talkie type thing.
Yes. Right.
Yep.
And so that was my next phone. And then after that phone, I fell in love with those Blackberries. But I never had one. They were too expensive.
To this day, that's my favorite phone. I love my BlackBerry.
I never had
I
one.
love that thing. Yeah.
Is it really that good?
It was dope to me because it's like I don't know. It at the time it just did everything. You still had the buttons, and then like that's when the touch screens was first coming out. So it was janky compared to now, but you can touch and you had the button still. It was just dope. It was dope.
Yeah, so I kind of fell in love with the BlackBerry, but I never had that. It was too expensive over here, so I couldn't I couldn't get one. My parents would never in life give me a BlackBerry. So there was this phone that is sort of like a BlackBerry, but you can slide in the keyboard so that it is just fully touch and then back out.
The sidekicks.
Yeah,
it was like the T-Mobile. You can like flip up the screen.
Yes,
and like the screen went up like that.
And then you have the keyboard is hidden, and then you can just like slide it up, and then the keyboard is there, and then you can hide it back and just have touch screen. Yeah. So I fell in love with that phone, so I saved up my money and got me a cheap version of that, and I loved it. But the touch,
I did too.
Right. And now thinking about it, that was like I made it through the whole evolution of a phone. Like
pretty much.
Right, because I had like the very first block of the phone that you can like carry around and stuff, and now end up with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. You know what I mean?
Right. I think the only era we missed was the big gray one.
Oh,
do you remember that? Yeah, that's the only one we missed. I didn't get that one either.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
Yeah, that was way before our time.
Yeah, or also the house phones where you have like they still had it in the elderlies
the
where you
landlines.
Have to 1 and then 2, then you have to wait 3.
How were we doing that, yo?
Yeah, I never got to experience that. Luckily, because there was
well, I did. Dang, I'm old. I am so old.
Nah, you're not.
I definitely remember that phone having it in my house, my grandmother's house. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, right. The elderly had it.
Yep. Do you remember? Were you? You might have remember the pay phones when the phones was outside. You can call people.
We still have some of those. They closed
Really?
down most of them, but we have 1 or 2. Yeah, but they're like
Get out of here.
People treat them like shit. People treat them like shit, so they like break shit in there. Now, I don't know. Yeah. But they had them for a very long time, so I do still remember them. I used to play jokes. I used to prank people with that.
We did too.
Oh my, no way. Thank God I wasn't the only one.
Bad as hell.
Oh, thank God. I was really bad. Like, that was some shit. That was some shit. Yeah, so I do still remember those. Definitely, yeah.
The evolution of a phone. Man.
Yeah, now that we talk about it, I never thought about it, but I definitely made it through a whole evolution of a phone, because then having this sidekick, you say? The sidekick phone?
Sidekick,
and then from that, I had my first touchscreen phone, like a whole thing. And it was like...
What was it?
It was like a cheap version. Like, it was like a very cheap version.
I had a super cheap version too.
Yeah, my parents just, I mean, we couldn't really afford a lot, so, and I didn't have enough saved up.
Same.
So yeah, I just had to get like a cheaper version. But it was, I was feeling cool because I had a touch screen. I had a touch screen phone. Hello.
Yeah.
Finally.
I can get on Facebook and answer, get on email and stuff.
Right. Yes.
I was doing it.
And so after that, I think I have gotten my first Samsung Galaxy. When I finally had enough money, I got me a Samsung Galaxy, and I stuck with that Samsung Galaxy for like years. I think like 7 years or 6 years. And it worked it was really reliable. I must say, Samsung Galaxy was really reliable.
I still have a Samsung. That's my phone. I still got the Galaxy.
That's not, the Galaxy is really a good model.
Yeah. I'm one of the people that I just can't, I don't want to convert to the iPhone thing. I just don't want to do it.
Let me tell you something.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you something. Once you got iPhone, you never go back.
I know. That's what everybody says. I'm like, I don't want to do it.
I was in your position. Trust me. I was a loyal Samsung Galaxy user. I was like, people was like, you need to get an iPhone. I'm like, Hell no. I'm sticking
Yep.
with my Samsung Galaxy and I'm not getting an
Mhm.
iPhone just because you got an iPhone. And then one day,
They got you.
I had the opportunity to get an iPhone and I was like, I'm gonna just try it and I still keep because my Samsung was slowly like the battery and stuff. It was really bad because I had it for a very long time. It was cracked.
Yeah,
It was bad.
they was terrible at first. The batteries on the Galaxy, they was bad at first.
But mine was lasting for a good time until it wasn't anymore. Like really, it started really like, and then the whole thing with the what is it? The storage, the whole storage thing, and nothing worked anymore, and it was slow as fuck. So I was just like, okay, I have to look for a new phone. So my choice was Galaxy or iPhone. So I was like, okay, I will just try the iPhone just in case I don't like it. I'll just send it back, you have that option to do that. So I got me the iPhone, and I'm telling you, the
That's how
first
they
few
get you.
days, the first few days were really confusing because it's a very different
right.
system.
A whole new system, the iOS.
Right. And it's supposed to be like easier to handle. It's easier for people usually. The first few days it was like extremely confusing to me. I was like, how the fuck do I like what do I do?
You're right.
And then after a few days I fell in love with
Start
it.
getting it.
Yep. They got me.
Never went back.
Never went back. I have a MacBook Pro now, and I'm also never going back to a regular computer.
Really?
It makes a difference. Yes.
See, well, I'm on a Mac now, but I only have this because one of my good friends, shout out to my guy Dave Wayne, he was upgrading, and he had this MacBook. He was like, if you can, it needs some more memory. If you can, get more memory for install a memory, it's yours, bro. You can have it. So I, did some stuff and I got it going. So that's when I do these interviews on. This is the only Mac product I have. My wife, she got all the Mac stuff. She watch, phone, everything is Apple. I'm still on the PC. My working computer system is still PC. I built that one. So,
but you know what's crazy? I thought that a lot of people, especially like producers, I thought a lot of producers use like Mac products because
most of them do.
Right. But I got to know that a lot of them actually, like the producers I know, they work with a regular like laptop, just like by HP or something. And I think the big ones, they work with like the Macs because I think they're just like more reliable in a sense of they have an antivirus or something on them automatically.
Yep. They're more reliable in that sense. Really the only downside to me with the Macs is you can't upgrade them. You just got to wait till the next one come out. Like with PC, you can always upgrade. You can always upgrade the memory, the RAM, all type of stuff. So that's what I really love about PC. Like I can always upgrade when I'm ready. Mac is what you get. That's what you got until you can get to the next one come out.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, you talking about the software updates or like
software updates, hardware updates? Like you can't upgrade your RAM on here or your memory.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
you can get more cloud storage, but you can't like actually open it up and put more memory in it like you can with the PCs. That's the only thing I don't like. But everything else, Mac, everything, the software runs super smooth on Macs. Yeah, y'all get all the upgrades first when new programs come out. Macs, all the Macs get them first. Then a couple months or a year later, the PC we get it. They throw it to us finally.
Oh man, yeah. But I'm also really in love with the MacBook and with the iPhone. I even
is that
like
your working system?
Yes.
Macs?
Yes.
Okay.
I work on that. I started producing on that Mac. I downloaded Studio One. I work with Studio One for producing. Not a
Okay.
lot of people actually know it, and not a lot of people actually work with it. Unfortunately,
Studio
because
One is dope.
yeah, it's a really good software. I really like it
Yeah,
too.
I feel like Studio One is the only program that rivals Pro Tools. Like they can give Pro Tools a
Oh,
run for their money.
yeah. See, I don't. I
I
never
think that's
tried Pro Tools, but
it's so
if you
confusing.
say
I
it's
hate Pro Tools.
yeah,
Pro Tools is really meant for like the pros or like engineers, but
mm,
like producing on Pro Tools,
mm.
I just don't like the workflow. I don't like the workflow at all.
I think I talked to some of my producer friends about this before I got the Studio One, because I was researching and trying to find the best how you say DAV or DAW. I'm so confused.
DAW. Yep.
You say DAW, okay?
Y'all say
Because it's like
DAVs?
yeah, we say DAV because in Germany the W is like we say it V.
Oh,
So that's why DAV.
oh, that's why the Volkswagen symbol it looks like a W. I got you.
Yeah, so y'all say VW,
Uh-huh.
we say VW because V is a V in Germany, and
Uh-huh.
then the V is
It's
the
W.
W is a V.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
usually it's in Germany everybody says VW. Nobody says Volkswagen. Nobody says Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
They just say VW.
Fovi.
Yeah.
You say Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Yeah, I know. But yeah, also
But
same
y'all
with
be hearing them saying like that's not how you say it.
right. And by the way, the same goes for BMW. BM what? BM what? We say BMW. It's BMW.
BMV.
BMW. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, you just say BMW
BMV.
because the V is the W in German.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. It makes so much sense now. It makes so much sense now.
And even it doesn't make sense to me that Americans have in the language the W starts it's like you say it Volkswagen like w the W
Right.
w, but it's when
Right.
if you say to somebody like write a W, it starts with a D. W. What? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
the letter
Right.
itself starts with a D. It
Exactly.
don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I agree. I absolutely the
Who made the
English
rules?
language does not make sense. A lot of it.
I don't
Like
know who made the
Wednesday.
rules.
Like Wednesday. Like why it doesn't
Wednesday. Why is it not W Wednesday? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Who decided that? That makes no sense.
One day, and I'm gonna just say this real quick before we jump
Okay.
back. One day, what's really kind of it's I can't comprehend the fact that one day somebody just said those are the rules and everybody just followed along with it.
Everybody
and
just
suddenly
went
it's
with
a
it.
whole language.
Yep.
Everyone went with it and suddenly it's a whole language. And suddenly people
Just a
don't even
couple-
question it. They just like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
We don't even know where it came from. Who were these people? They were like, all right, this is
Exactly.
it. And everybody go follow it. And we just did it.
Who are those people that decided that
Who
a
are
tree
they?
is a tree and not the sun? Like, why is a tree not the sun? Tell me, why is a tree not the sun?
Right. Why is it tree? Why is that tree?
Why is that a
Like,
tree? Who decided that and who went along with it?
Exactly.
And then suddenly it's a whole
Everything.
nation.
Yep. And we just follow it. And people will argue that no, that is a tree. Like, why? Why is it just a tree?
Well, I'll just call it a sun now. It's a sun for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a sun. The sun is a tree, and the tree is a sun.
Exactly.
Makes sense in my
Right.
brain.
That's my language now. Follow it.
Right. That's what I'm going with.
Oh man. But yeah,
That's hilarious.
what I wanted to say about the whole like producing thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was researching a lot of DAWs and I talked to a lot of producer friends and I asked them, what do you work with? And most of them work with FL Studios, Fruit Loops.
Yep. Yep.
Apparently he's really good for making beats or producing in
Yep.
general. I
Yep.
tried it. I didn't really get along too well with it. It was a little, I
I
don't
didn't
know.
even.
Yeah, it's a little complicated. Like the workflow doesn't seem natural to me.
It's a very specific workflow. Like, and if
Mm,
you came up with it, I can see you never leaving because it's
mm.
FL Studio is really what everybody loves about it is the piano roll. Like you can do so much just
Ah,
from the piano roll. That's what they say. But
okay.
I use Ableton,
Oh,
Ableton
how
Live.
was Ableton?
So I love Ableton Live. I love
Yeah,
it. I started with Reason, Propeller Head or
never
Reason.
heard of never heard of that.
Okay, yeah, it's it's super like technical, but people say that Ableton is too. But I don't know,
Mm.
the workflow just works for me. It really started
And
out as a DJ program, and then it slowly started becoming more producers started using it.
Ableton.
Yep, Ableton Live.
Oh, I know that.
Yep.
It's and I think this is what my producer friends also told me. This is what is really about, like what seems like which workflows seem more natural to you, because most
Hmm.
of the DAWs are like quite the same. They just build different and you
Yep.
know different
Yep.
workflows, but like same results basically.
Yep. They
And
pretty much the same.
right. So I just really was researching and I kind of stumbled upon Studio One and I was just like,
Hmm.
fuck it, I'm gonna just try it. And then I love Studio One. It's really natural working for me with Studio One.
Is that the first one you started with?
I tried Garage Band before,
Hmm.
but I didn't really get along with it either. Yeah, I didn't really get along with it either.
GarageBand is like it's like Little Logic. You know about Logic?
Yeah, I know about Logic Pro.
Yeah, Logic Pro. Yeah, it's about the
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
It's just a little bit more advanced. I like Logic. I like Studio
Yeah.
One. I really like Studio One. If it was another dog for me to go to, I'll probably go to Studio One.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, yeah. You can get busy in Studio One. I know some guys that's super dope in Studio One.
I I don't know about making beats. I tried making beats on Studio One. I
Hmm.
just don't think I put enough time and effort into it because it was a little complicated to get to know how to make beats on Studio One.
Okay,
But
so you just mainly record?
yeah, I only record on Studio One.
Oh,
I
okay,
record my podcasts, my I also produce some meditations for other people,
dope.
and my music and
Wait,
stuff.
you have
So
a podcast too?
I do, yeah, but I
I
haven't.
didn't know you got a
Yeah,
podcast. Oh, that's dope.
yeah, it's the Soundtrack of
What's
Self podcast.
Soundtrack of Self podcast?
Hmm.
Dope. I didn't know that. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
super
it's
cool. How
because
long you been going?
um I think I started in I I'm not quite sure, but I do think it was the beginning of 2022.
Okay.
And then no, actually, no, I think sometime around the end of 2022. And
Okay.
then I have continued throughout 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't, I think the last episode I dropped was kind of like in November of 2023. And this year
Okay.
I haven't dropped any, but I do have 2 episodes already on the line. Like I still have to edit them with
Mm-hmm.
guests because I
Oh,
started like
dope.
the first episodes were more like solo episodes. I did one
Right.
guest online. And then the ones that I'm working on right now, um, they're like live guests. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I have
That's
to. I
super
have to get
cool.
back to it though. Yeah,
Whenever you get back to it, I'll be happy to be a guest. I'll come on.
I would love to. I would love to. Yes,
Let me know.
absolutely.
I would love to be a guest.
Great,
That's so cool.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, man, we just started talking there. It's so many things I want to ask you to know about. Where do I want to start? An hour in, we just now started. Where did your music journey start?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, where did you start? Because I was watching your blogs and stuff on your YouTube. I'm like, you do so much. Like I see you playing the piano, you sing, you rap, you recording people. I was like, when did she start all this? And you're fairly young still. Like, when did all this start for you?
It started, my journey with music started really, really early on because my parents are musicians.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So my mom is a piano teacher, and my stepfather is like he's like my real dad to me. He's a guitar teacher.
Okay.
And my mom also used to be a singer. She used to sing like Russian pop songs and stuff,
Nice.
and write songs a lot too. So songwriter actually too. And I think I already seen it in the house, so that
Right.
was just something that just came natural to me. It was just like
Right.
part of my daily life. And also seeing my mom play the piano, she was, I don't know if you know the classical artists back in the day, like way back before all of us, Rachmaninoff. He's like a Russian piano pianist.
Uh-huh.
He wrote a lot of crazy pieces, and my mom used to always play them on the piano, like really aggressive sometimes,
Wow.
really
Yeah,
powerful too, really emotional and powerful.
Yeah, I was just about to say the emotional.
Yeah. And so I seen it growing up, and then at some point, I was always like singing and interested in acting and theater and stuff, but I was never interested in playing the piano.
Why?
Interestingly, even though I seen it all the time, but I was never interested. I don't know why, but there comes a point where I was a little curious, and I will get to that.
Okay.
But before that, my mom actually sent me to choir. I was like 6 years old. Yeah, and she
Okay.
sent me to children choir, and then I went to theater and tried out musical. Musical wasn't really my thing, even though it's
Okay.
like singing and acting. It's what I wanted, but not at the same time.
Right.
So it was I didn't really like it. And so I was actually in a choir for like 12 years. Like, it was a very, very long time. Yeah.
Wow. So you know
choir,
how to sing like classically, like you're actually like trained singer. That's dope.
yeah,
That's
basically.
dope.
Yeah, basically. Um, and then I started like, I was interested in the violin. So I was playing violin for like 2 years.
That is a hard instrument to learn.
I loved it. I just wasn't really motivated to continue. I was like 9 years old, I think. And then I started getting into puberty very, very slowly. And then my motivation was lacking, and I just
lost
never
interest.
continued. Yeah.
Right.
So then after that, I got a little curious about the piano.
Okay.
So one day I actually went up to the piano and I started like just pressing some keys. And my mom, she heard it and she was super surprised because I was never interested in piano. And she was super surprised. She was like, she came and she looked over my fingers. And I was like, as I was just trying out things, she
Just
looked at my
around.
fingers. Yeah. And she was like, oh no, you got to hold your hand like this. Oh no, you got to hold your elbow like this. And that pissed me off so bad. I never wanted to play the piano again. I was like,
it just
here
totally
I am.
killed it for you.
Exactly.
Like, never mind.
I was so curious about the piano, and now you're coming and telling me how to do it right. Like, fuck that.
Right.
So I never touched a piano. I didn't touch a piano for years after that.
Okay.
And then, even though I seen my dad then play the guitar all the time, I was also never interested in playing the guitar. I don't know why. Also, the same thing with the piano. I don't know why. I was confronted with it every day. I was just never interested in trying.
That's probably why. It's just something so natural, so normal to you. Just like, yeah.
Probably.
Kind of shied away from it because my dad was a drummer, and
so
I always came around, I always can do it. So I never it was never nothing special to me. Like just drums. The family, almost my whole family played the drums. It was nothing. So I just never really took to it till I got a little bit older.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with me. Basically, I had to get a little older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I joined. Actually, I actually started playing the piano again, but like I always was playing the piano when my mom wasn't around. So I was always playing when she wasn't there.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just like playing a little bit, teaching myself a little bit. And then suddenly she I don't know how she noticed, but she noticed that I was playing the piano. And then she kind of, she taught me a few things, and then I started accepting it more. And then I tried out also the guitar. I went to guitar lessons with my dad. And so I learned to play the guitar a little bit. And then I went to music college. And then in music college, I learned how to play the piano really well. Like, especially jazz too.
Ooh, my favorite.
And I wasn't confronted with jazz before the music college, I must say. It was more classical. My parents were classical.
Okay.
And when I went to music college, I was confronted with jazz, and it was a whole new world for me. I loved it.
Yeah.
I really loved it. So in music college, I have to say I learned how to play the piano really, really well. I didn't really play the guitar anymore, but I learned drums and percussion also in music college. And my profession is basically I'm a professional studio and live singer, as well as a band leader, like a band. How do you say? Those people that like lead the band.
Music coordinator.
Yeah, I guess like somebody like somebody who stands in the front and just like, okay, this is how you go now and you go now.
Right. That's dope.
That's my profession.
I can tell that from seeing your vlog when you had the live show. Like, man, she's really comfortable on stage. And how you freestyle that one part, you really freestyle all that. That what you had one show when you was playing the piano, and you was like that. It was a whole section, and like I just got to freestyle it because I.
Was that video I uploaded? I just wrote a whole song in 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
That was absolutely. That just came out of the blue. That just was completely freestyle.
That was so dope.
Thank you.
Like, ain't no way she freestyled it. It was just fluid. Everything made sense. It was like a real well structured song. Like that was dope. That was cool.
And the funny part is I can really I can freestyle when I'm like singing and on the piano and stuff. Like that's like it flows, but I cannot freestyle rap for shit. Like
really
rapping and freestyle I can do. Like sometimes I play around, like when I'm in the house and I'm by myself, I'm just like
right.
I just be like with my goofing with myself and just like, yeah, I got the money. Yeah, I got the cash. Yeah, I'm hiding bodies. Yeah, I got the dash. Like it's so trash, but it's like so funny. But like that's the only thing I can do when it comes.
That's good practice.
Is it?
Yeah. Just doing it. Just start doing it. Then it just slowly start making sense.
You know what's crazy? I always found it so crazy how all these rappers are like freestyling like wild on those beats. I'm like, how are you doing this, brother?
Hardly no one writes anymore. They do a lot of punch ins. So they'll say a part, they'll stop, they'll think of something else, then they'll punch back in and do the other part. They just piece together the whole song.
Do you know how much brain function it takes to do that? Because while you're still in that one sentence, you're already thinking of the next one. And then that's a whole chain reaction going on in your brain. That's wild.
That is crazy. Yeah. It's definitely a talent.
Yes, I would say too.
Most of these guys are doing it. So that's crazy. Some of them need to write because Some we making no sense.
Did you see that one live stream with Kai Cenat and Tyler?
Uh-huh.
Did you
That's
see
the newer one, right? I saw clips, but I didn't watch the whole stream.
Yeah, so there were clips of where Kai Cenat put on a beat and he wanted Tyler to freestyle on that beat. And she was just like, it was so cute. I really like Tyler so much.
She's dope. I like her.
She's such a great artist. I fell in love with everything that she does.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, and I feel like finally we have like a real artist again, you know?
Wow, that's interesting. We haven't had one in a while.
Exactly.
Like an artist.
Like a really artist that can sing, that has the charm, that has the like. That's cool. That you just personally also like characteristically. That is a stage presence. That has a stage presence, and we haven't had those in a real good while.
Right.
So she has all of that, and
I think, and she's been around. Yeah. She's been around for a while too. Like everybody, like she's a plant. She just came out of nowhere. No, Tyler been around for a while.
I haven't heard from
just working
her
on the
either.
craft.
Right, and she's been working on it, and that's when sometimes artists, and I'm already jumping to the whole next thing, but when artists,
that's okay.
When artists like work and they put in the effort and it's just like nothing is happening and nothing is working, and I'm guilty of that too. Is like, when is it gonna happen? When is something gonna happen? I keep putting in the work, nothing's happening. But you just gotta put in the work and continue to put in the work, because you're just marinating. You're marinating. And Tyler did the same thing. She was just like, she was still going in and she's still going. And, nobody really knew her before that. And suddenly, boom, one song blows up, goes viral.
One song. And boom.
One freaking song. And then.
Whole life change.
And that's.
Whole life change.
Right. But also important, I believe, not only to have that one song, but she is releasing banger after banger after banger album.
That album
doing shit.
is incredible.
Beautiful.
That's a great album.
Yes. Yep. I really like that album too.
Oh, you know who else I like that's kind of like that came up in one song and she just out of here? Tim's.
Yes. Oh, yes.
She's super dope. Love Tim.
One thing I noticed about African production, music production, Wizkid?
Yep.
So when I first heard his album Lagos, the very first thing I noticed is how clear and crispy and clean that production is. I was like, holy shit. That's some high quality production right there.
Very high quality. That was actually one of his things that he focused on. I saw, was it him in the interview or somebody was talking about him? But they said he gives really close attention to his production and the sonics of his music. So that's why he takes really he really focuses on that piece. And you can tell.
You can tell. That's and also with I think Thames has dropped an album. I never listened to the whole album, to be honest. If she dropped one, but I do think she has. I
listened to most of it. It's a good album. It's a good album.
I should listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's dope.
But
it's super dope.
Also with Tyler's album now, I really noticed the same. The production is really good. So I feel like African music production is really first class. Honestly, I must say.
Yeah. It definitely evolved. Absolutely. Like as far as quality, it is evolved. It's being more commercialized. It's not so underground anymore. It's like that's really it's like
international, worldwide.
Yeah.
It's like
the Afrobeat is really taking over.
That's the crazy thing. It's still Afrobeat. It's still, you can tell it's it's African music. It has a beat, but it's commercialized to a point where you can tell, okay, it's still Afrobeat, but it's also made for the world. you
Yep,
know?
everybody can feel it. That's why everybody love it. It just feels good.
Right.
It just feels good.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what they're saying. You just it's a vibe. It's a feeling.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
So
So,
you kind of hit on it a little bit. You were saying like as artists that we go through these times where it's like you just so many years, months and years, you just working, grinding, nothing is happening. Like for you, like what keeps you going? Like why do you like what keeps you pushing? Why you laugh?
pain.
You know what? I feel that
know.
though.
So
He said
until
pain.
yeah, no, seriously, it's up until a point where I grew as a person.
Uh-huh.
Like where I really felt okay, now, I've evolved, I've grown more now.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the music journey was very unconscious. It was very, I'm doing it, but I don't know why I'm doing it. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Just
know my
fun.
why. Right. I
Mm-hmm.
was just feeling it. I was just doing it. And I was doing it out of pain. I was doing it because I always had like a very, from childhood on, there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that happened in my childhood, and there's like a deep sadness in me. And that got converted into me making music. And through my music, I was just like kind of, I guess that's why I wanted to do it, because I had a lot of pain in me.
It's how you
And so,
release.
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for the longest time, it was a very like I said, an unconscious journey.
Yep.
And then a few years ago, it kind of became conscious, and I was like, okay, so yeah, I know, like I'm doing it out of pain, but like now I want to do something different. I don't want to make sad music anymore.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I was doing, like, I was writing a lot of sad songs all the time, and then suddenly I was just like, and you know what's crazy? I always had it in my intuition. I wanted to do like a lot of auto-tune, a melodic auto-tune, like Travis Scott type thing. I always wanted to go into that direction, but I never had the tools to.
Right.
So I just stuck with my piano. I just stuck with my voice, and with my pain. And then at some points, I, got me my MacBook and started producing myself, started using autotune, and I was like, shit, now I can go in. Now I can do it. And then I noticed I can do so much more than music related to pain. I can make music that is just like fun doing. Like really singing with autotune is extremely much fun to me. And I know a lot of people don't like, listen, a lot of people don't like me using autotune because they know I have a really nice, good voice and a really nice sounding voice.
You do.
So
You do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But
you absolutely do.
a lot of people really, they did not like it because like, why are you using autotune? But it was just really fun to me, and it was effortless to me, and it sounded so cool to me. And I was just like, that's what I want to do.
Right. It brought the fun into the process. Yeah.
Yes, it brought the fun. So it was not coming from pain anymore. It was coming from, oh shit, I really like how it sounds. Oh wow. And suddenly I have fun. And then at some point I realized, wow, this is like an outlet for me. This is because I started making like more aggressive. I had more aggressive lines. I had more aggressive more aggressive voices, using more aggressive tones, and I was like, shit, I like that.
Is that where the rapping started coming?
The rapping, I was rapping before that. But I never considered myself a rapper because I don't even know. I knew I could rap and people knew I could rap, but it's like I was always more a singer, more the, I need an emotional hook singer. Can you do it,
Right,
singer?
right.
More like, I need a soft song. I need a ballad. Can you do a singer? And that's why I never considered myself a rapper, because to me it was like either or. How can you be like a female cool ass rapper, but then on the other hand you're a sentimental ass piece of Adele? You know what I mean?
Right.
And
And then Drake happened. It just makes sense now.
Yeah, it was. Now it's and honestly, it also came in a journey of acceptance. It was more like, yes, I can be that. Yes, I can do that. But I can also do this and I can also do that.
Right.
I don't have to do either or. People
You don't have to be boxed in.
Right. And for a long time, I had one producer tell me, because I told him like, I want to do a song like Future. I want to do something like that. Because he had the tools, he could produce, we worked together, and he was like, nah, that doesn't fit you. It doesn't fit you. I'm like more of a singer, That's what he said. And I was just like, okay, then I can't really work with him because he's not going to produce for me.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's why I had to go on my own journey and like start producing myself, to also find my own style a little bit more.
Yep.
And now I know I can do either. I can do whatever I feel like doing. I don't need to, like dope. You said, be boxed in.
Right.
And like, fuck that shit. Like, look at Drake. He does all kinds of things.
He does it all.
He does it all. And that's why everybody's beefing with him now. I just
the whole industry is trying to take his head off.
Listen here. First of all, I do not understand what the fuck is going on right now with the whole beef against Drake. I don't understand.
It's so many theories out there. No, I don't think nobody really understands what's going on for real. It's so many theories out there. It's so many. It's theories about girl stuff. He been sleeping with people, girls. It's the business side, like he's getting percentages off of other artists, and it's all type of stuff out there. So we really don't know for real.
And I just hear theories. Second thing, yeah, and then the second thing, how I can't. How is Metro Boomin and Future beefing against Drake when they produced albums together, bro? Like, are you kidding me? Y'all don't act like y'all didn't have like cool ass, great ass albums, and suddenly y'all beefing.
Great ass. Something happened. Something happened.
And then Kendrick comes, and then J. Cole, and then random rappers come out of the blue. Rick Ross, where are you coming from?
That one kind of hurt me. Ross and Drake got so many great songs together. I was like, wow, they beefing. Like, what that happened?
Exactly. But now
the reason why Ross said he was beefing with Drake really don't make sense for real. It's like, I don't know if that's even a real reason. Like, who knows? And
then the whole mansion thing. Come on, bro. What's going on? What's going on? The whole mansion, like, whose mansion is better, Drake's or Rick Ross's? What?
Rich problems.
That's
I don't understand it.
You.
Y'all making fun of each other jets. That's what y'all doing, jets?
Jets? Bro, jets?
Y'all making fun of each other jets?
And then other rappers come out of the blue. Rappers that aren't even rappers. Chris Brown. Beefing against Quavo? What the heck is going on? What why are you coming out of your hole? What is going on here?
It's over a girl.
My theory.
Come on with it. I got one too. Go on with it.
I think that maybe not all of it, but most of it is marketing. I think they know what they're doing. And I think that, honestly, I it's crazy.
You're right. Come on. You own it. I feel the same way.
A lot of them were sitting at a table, just having rich ass dinners. And then they were like,
Having rich ass dinners.
Yes, and they were just like, "Yo, bro, do you remember the Tupac and Biggie beef back then? Do you remember? Yeah, we ain't had this in a while.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's
you right. It's
recreate it.
2024. We should go in with the beef. Let's go. Let's make some money."
Yep.
And now
Yep.
we here. So I think this is what's happening.
I think it's all contrived. This is all a marketing plan. Because when you think about it, for the last 2 to 3 years, hip hop been on a decline. Hip hop hasn't been this exciting
Thank
for
you.
a while.
Mhm.
For a while. So
They
now
needed to make it exciting.
they needed to. They
They
needed
need
to.
some spice.
The only beef that I kind of believe that's kind of real, because they've been going back and forth for years, is him and Kendrick. They've been shooting shots at each other for years. So it might be some real static there. But everybody else, they just trying to get in on the bag. They just trying to get in on the attention. That's all.
I think so too.
That's all. I don't think it's nothing like really real for real. Especially him and Ross. Like, come on. I don't believe that. I really don't believe it
I don't
anymore.
even believe the whole Future and Drake. Come on, bro. Like,
I don't either. I don't either. When they going at each other, like, you don't even feel the aggression. It's kind of like it's soft. It's soft taps. Like, they really not really saying too much about each other. It's just little taps.
Yeah. But honestly, one thing I have to say though, I just think Drake is winning in all of this. I think Drake is like the GOAT. I really, yeah. I think with
you think Drake the GOAT?
Yeah, I do think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'm Kendrick,
fan.
so I'm a Drake fan, but I'm really a Kendrick fan. I'm okay. I like Drake. I appreciate what he does, but I'm a Kendrick fan though.
I get that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's I also get why you're a Kendrick fan, because I have this debate a lot of the time with people when I say I'm who's better, like Drake or Kendrick, and I'm just like, I don't think you can put them on the same level, because Kendrick is more of a lyrical person, lyrical rapper,
right?
And
correct.
Drake is just more flow, more vibe, more like he's more into with the beat, and it's just so much
he's
so much more vibey listening to it.
Commercial, like he's easier to digest. You can put Drake on any a party, any kind of setting. You could put Drake on, everybody's gonna vibe.
Yeah.
You got to be a certain type of music fan to really get into Kendrick. It's for a certain type of people. But Drake is internet, is worldwide. I give him that. He's a worldwide artist.
Yeah,
so,
I think so too. So that's why I don't. Yeah, no, I totally understand why you really are a fan of Kendrick. I totally do. Yep. Kendrick is really, really. I think he's in this generation of music one of the best lyrical rappers, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's talk about the album. You got a new album coming out soon. A project.
So yeah, not quite an album, but like an EP.
Okay. Okay.
I've been working on it since last year. It's gonna be a very new sound coming from me. Like I already said earlier, like very auto-tune-ish, very the beats are like trap with a lot of synthesizers, and also the lyrics. I think this was also a few songs. It's gonna be like 3 or 4 songs. Still have to decide if it's gonna be 4 or 3. But
nice and short.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first time experiencing with AI, and then finishing lyrics, and then kind of like taking pieces of AI suggestions, and then piecing them all together with my ideas and my suggestions. And it really worked out very well. And I think also the EP will be like a little reflection of what's going on inside of me.
Nice.
in a
Nice.
sense of I guess you can maybe tell that I'm gonna let a little bit of my anger out on there. Like not in a sense of like
Okay.
rage, but
Right.
definitely
A
the
little more
lyrics.
aggressive.
Yes, absolutely. A little bit more
Got you.
aggressive
Got you.
and maybe just not used to me doing that.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
Dope. Are you producing it yourself, or you got some producers on there?
So I wanted to produce it myself. I wanted to drop a few songs and produce my first EP myself, just to have something that I do all by myself. Just to be like,
Got
I
you.
did it all by myself, and I, just wanted to try it and start it and just do it, by myself, because for a long time, since I didn't have a DAW, like I was yeah. Uh, there we go again. The
Right, there we
DAW.
go with them W's.
I think it's better DAW. For a long time, I was reliant on other people to edit stuff for me. And I just don't want that anymore because it was very limited. And now I feel like it's very free and I can do whatever I feel like doing as far as my
Right.
capabilities and abilities to produce and mix go and master.
Got you.
And so,
Oh wait, you mixing too?
yeah, I do everything myself. Like other than the beats.
Goodness gracious, girl! You do everything. You are what we call a 100%er.
No.
You do it all. You the writing, the performance, the production, the engineering. Like, do you have a team? Do you have anybody else you work with, or just all you?
Unfortunately, right now it's still I'm still a one-man army.
Hey, that's okay. So am I. You
Yeah,
got to get it done.
it's tough, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's very tough, and especially having a job too, and just life. It can be strenuous, but at the same time, it's what we love to do.
I was
So
just about to say that it's something that we love
gotta
to
make
do.
it happen. Yep.
And yes, I'm producing it really myself, but after finishing that, I really want to start. Building a team. I really want to
Okay.
start finding the right people.
Yep.
And meeting the right people in order to build a team,
Right.
because it's necessary. You can't make it by yourself. You can,
You can't.
but it's
so much harder. It's like it takes you so much longer. The art would be better if you can delegate certain jobs and things to people and not have to worry about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like I'm just worried about writing and recording. Everybody else, I got beats over here. I got somebody to engineer. I got people doing the social media. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so much easier if everything's working like a machine.
Absolutely. I totally feel you on that. And it's that's why I also really want to just do something myself, just to kind of prove to myself maybe that I can do it. But also know that after I finish that, knowing I can do it by myself to the best of my abilities, but not knowing also that I want people on my team that are talented and that have the same passion for the same thing, that have the same vision, and that I can create with, because with those people, you can reach a lot of things. If you have those kind of people in your circle and also like talented people, like let's say you have somebody creative that's doing videographing things,
Right.
the other one
right.
photographer, and the other one's just like
Exactly.
engineering, and the other one's making beats. Like, put all of them together, y'all gonna be like famous and
skyrocket.
rich and good. Yes.
Everybody's gonna be, if you can get people that just play their position,
yes,
everybody's gonna be good.
Everybody's
so
the
hard.
master in their own craft.
Exactly. You're on the team because you do what you do exceptionally well. That's why we need you. And it just, if you can get people on the same page that just can stick together and work together like that, y'all be unstoppable.
Facts.
That's like the hardest thing to do.
Facts.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't know if you've seen the Kanye documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You see how he was filmed all the time by his homies. You see how he was like filmed all the time. Wherever he went, he was being filmed.
Yep.
And just having
the whole time.
Right. And just having one friend that does that is also like already like a big ass help. Like just having a friend that records
Super big
everything
help.
you do. Like
Yep.
So
I was watching your vlog and you record you know getting up in the morning getting ready. I'm like, man, she does so much. I just know that's taxing, but it's dope to see. But I understand like that's tiring, man. That's a lot.
it is, especially it's life struggles and job and family and here and there, and then the everyday life, and then trying to do a record, and then trying to film a vlog, and then trying to record a podcast, and it's so much, and it's really difficult at times. I have moments where I like drop a lot, like I drop a lot of things like vlogs and music, and I'm very creative. And then there are a lot of times where I'm just like not doing nothing,
You burnt out, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
Just get
trying
tired.
to, even right now, like just I think now is April, and in February I have dropped a single. I've dropped another one in March, which is crazy to me because I've produced both of them. I recorded both of them, and I dropped both of them.
Dope.
And at the same time, I was still also working full time, and then the family stuff going on. And now I'm in a phase where I was like not really inspired and creative. So I'm just now feeling myself getting back into that creative space slowly again. But
Dope.
I still was doing things on the side. So it's kind of, yeah, I do have those phases sometimes where I just do too much. But at the same time, what can I do? I have a creative face. I want to use it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want to use it. I want to
Exactly.
use the
You gotta
whole
use
thing.
it. Yeah, exactly. Use it all. Use it up, because it's a gift. I feel like we get these downloads of creativity, like, and once you get that inspiration, you have to use it because it'll leave you.
Yes.
It's not yours to keep. If it hit you, use it. It's a gift.
Yep. I was just the other day, I didn't use it. I was kind of like taking myself out on a date and stuff. And I was in a really good space. And on my way home with the e-scooter, I suddenly felt this urge. I was inspired. I was like, oh, I want to go to the studio now. I want to go and stay there until 5 a.m. I want to really record shit. I'm inspired. But then I was like, I don't want to like bring my whole rhythm, like my whole sleeping schedule out of the norm. And so I'm just like,
out of your regimen.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I can get up in the morning, and then I'll go to the studio. And of course I didn't go. Of course I didn't go, but
and then, it happens.
Yeah, it really made me feel like I should have went, because I feel like it would have been good for me. I was in a really good space, and now sometimes I must say sometimes, and I think a lot of artists can, and maybe you can relate to that too. I force myself to go, even though I'm not inspired. Maybe I'm not fully in the mood, but I still go because I set my mind.
Show up.
Right. And then at first, you're not really feeling it. And then you listen to beats, you listen to old songs. Maybe you listen to other songs that you've been like not producing, or maybe not editing, and just left them for a little while, just like, all right, I'll produce it later. And then you bring those up, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, and you start getting in the vibe.